That is a gorgeous view of the Kent countryside in literally all its finest. Absolutely amazing. So, so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, stunning. This, however, is a view of an old fat man from the Kent countryside. But the question is, which one do you prefer? Kent countryside? Fat old man. Kent countryside? Fat old man. I know you're going to go for the fat old man, but trust me when I say this. If it was me personally, I can't love myself, so it'd have to be the Kent countryside. But yeah, it was an easy choice in the end, though, wasn't it? Was it?
Preview.
During the Second World War, Eastwell Park was home to a top-secret testing ground for one of the most terrifying weapons of World War II, the modified Churchill crocodile tank. The Crocodile's 6.5-ton armoured trailer carried 400 gallons, 1,800 litres of petroleum jelly fuel and gas cylinders to propel fuel to the gun. This was enough for 81-second bursts, and the fuel was ignited as it left the nozzle and the burning petroleum jelly stuck to everything it touched. The tanks were in continual action during World War II, supporting Allied troops across their way through Europe. And as the war drew to a close, the Crocodiles had one last target for their flamethrowers. They were used to burn down and sterilise the site of Belsen concentration camp. Apart from Eastwell Manor itself, where officers and high-ranking soldiers would stay, there are only two real remaining prominent features left on the site, and one of which, as of recently, is the bunker, which is being used for cattle and is on one of the private parts of the Eastwell estate, and has a lot of security monitoring the area of the bunker with strict instructions not to venture on there. The other is what you're about to see, which is the massive tank servicing yard where the Churchill crocodile tanks were serviced before D-Day. So enjoy and watch this part of history that, due to its decay, will at some point soon be lost to time.
So these are the huge Nissan huts that would have actually housed the tanks, which is amazing to still find, really. Look at them. Another one there. My God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nobody's actually filmed this, I don't think. I've taken photos, but Jesus, they are huge. It's an original light, isn't it? Can't be. My God. Let's stand at this far end and you can look up. Wow. It's huge. So they're the two bays. There's one. There's another. They would have been camouflaged over. My God. When I've done my research, I didn't expect them to be in, I mean, they're in fairly good condition. Because I say they are, because there are a few of them. Wow, look at that. There's a light, finger of doom, there's another one. So we've got four. We've got four lights. Which if you look up, try and take a look at some others. There's a lot of stinging notes. Wow, look. This is so cool. This is literally what history is about. Finding these places. Look at that. So it's too overgrown, but I don't know if you can see in there. There's a door, which is on the left, and then look, there's the power, or what would have been the power for this building here. And you can see that you've got the inner part, so that's the power. Then you've got this sort of inner skirting of the Nissan hut. How incredible. Just amazing. So, look at this. So there's. I knew there was more of these, but I didn't realise how sort of fairly accessible they were to get to. So there's a farmer's building, which I don't think has got any relevance. It might, I doubt it, but I'm now walking on the original track path of where these tanks and soldiers would have been. Looky, looky. Is it? Oh, sorry, just having to look. See. Wow. Look at this. Look at that. So these tanks must have been stored in this main one here as well. That size of that door. Holy hell. It's a big old door. Wow. I'm assuming they would have opened that up. Can't imagine sort of any tank coming through that, but I might be wrong. Look at this place. My God. Clearly the farmers had a sort of go at that, but that's incredible. You know, I wonder how noisy it would have been in here. I mean, how nerve-wracking it was for the soldiers, because they've got to camp out, you know. Whilst the officers, they were in Eastwell Park Manor, of course. Yeah, wow. There's a shame there's like a tiny building that I really wanted to go into, but it's just too overgrown. But yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's just... Let's have a quick look. Always try to get some details if I can. Looks like some switches. There's another box. That one actually looks pretty much original. Ooh. Oh, this is a good one, this. Echo. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm just going to keep saying it because it's so freaking cool. It's a first for me to be in this as big a Nissan hut as this. I think the only thing that I've ever been into that's come close is it was an airship hangar. There we go. I'll get it in the end. Which was World War One. I think I went into. It's doing World War One. Yeah. And yeah, this is just cool though. Sorry, digressing again. Right, let's carry on. So these look like, almost like they look like parking bays, because if you see, you've got reinforced ground all around here, and then you can see one of the huts, and obviously this is still part of the road, and this sort of goes off into a little mini T. So if I just drew you an outline of that one, there's lots of little banks and ditches actually. So I wonder if they did maybe park these outside when they were going on manoeuvres, because you've got to imagine there's a load of ammunition, it's highly secretive, and not only that, obviously the soldiers that were working here, if the Germans found out, they'd be under pressure of being bombed. So it's a huge undertaking, really. What? Just incredible. If you're out here today, the smell of this place is gorgeous. It's this really sort of flowery sort of smell. But anyway, sorry, digress. On to the next one. Let's keep going. Really hoping the wind ain't going to come out on this too much. So I'm just trying to work this out. 1, 2, 3, 4 big Nissan huts so far. I think that might be it, but I am going to look around because you never know. Oh no. Please don't tell me. Satan worshippers. Well, I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, Satan worshippers. Looks like they've tried to, whatever they've done. Oh wow. All the times that I've come down to place, that might be weekend, but I don't know. I'm sure somebody more spiritual than me will probably tell me, but my first instinct is that's quite satanic. Looks like they've been trying to do seances. Blimey. I was not expecting that. So, yeah, what did you see today? Well, I went into this amazing top secret flamethrower tank flame throwing operation, only to find out that later on it was probably used for Satan worship. I mean, whoa, that's the bit I'm trying to sort of, that is interesting though. Wonder if I can, so you start sort of being really careful where you tread. It's actually coming out better on there. That's a number 2. Oh, okay. Well, this one's a bit strange, isn't it? Looks like a jumper that's been... Well, and yet I didn't get any vibes. I was like, hey, maybe it's not a satanic thing. I don't know, it probably is. If it is, okay, whatever. Just got to, you know, I'm here to record the history. So, oh, look. You can see how big these doors are now. Look at this. They've attached some lights, but they've not attached any light fixtures, which is a bit interesting. What an incredible history, though. Pretty cool. Do you know what? I've got to look at that one more time. Like, I'm sort of drawn to it in a strange way, not in a weird way. I just want to really be nosy. Just wasn't expecting it. It's interesting why they've picked this hut as well. Maybe that one's a little bit too overgrown for them to get into. I don't know. This one's pretty overgrown. Each to their own. I can't complain. I'm wearing a Friday the 13th t-shirt. That took a very dark turn, didn't it? Anyway, most important thing is this is a Nissan hut. And it's a very good condition one. Right, let's see if I can find anything else. If not, I'll let you know. So this is as close as I can get to that shed, which is a shame because it is just too overgrown. I sort of desperately wanted to sort of get into it, but I've circled it a couple of times now, and it's just, whew, it's a bit of a pain. So I'm not going to risk it for a biscuit. But if you can see, you can just about see the roof, and there's the door, and it's original, but I cannot get through any of that. But there you go, look, what a shame. I was so close. I just can't. I'm literally pulling out thorns. What a pain. But I'm not gonna, if there was something in there, that might have to be an explore for another time. But you know, the most important thing is that I've literally documented it. Yeah, I can't get in there. What a shame. The problem is that even in winter time you'd struggle to get into that. It is thick with stinging nettles. But yeah, so that's it. That is it. How amazing is that? So, Nissan Hut 1, Nissan Hut 2, farm building, shed, and then let's have a look. Let's quickly go down the road, record the other two just to let everybody know how amazing it is. Actually, look, let me just continuity. We will go into the farm building. Oh wow, look at that. Huh. There's your graffiti. Oh, I wondered where you'd been. And it's all really offensive. So yeah, let's not look at that too much. That's really offensive. Yay. My God, what, seriously, people. Do graffiti, but don't be so offensive, so, God, so. Anyway. See, I almost now want to say this is, what am I talking about? This must have been part of it. Looks old enough. I wonder, because it just looks like a fart. No, this is definitely part of it. So this is the lake, which is rumoured to have all of those Churchill tanks, or at least a few of the dud ones in it. I mean, it's a huge lake, but it's only a rumour after all, so I can't exactly imagine a lot of people coming here and sort of seeing if there are any tanks, but it'd be quite interesting if there were something there, because that would be an incredible find. But I think it's just a folk tale really more than anything else. So there you are though, we're there though, Eastwell Lake, gorgeous, and a quite incredible thing. Like I said, can you imagine if there were tanks in there? It's only a rumour after all though, or is it? I don't know.